Welcome back to Old School Programming. Today we're going to deviate a little bit from the usual programming stuff. I've been working on a large project and it's taking a lot of my time, but I am teaching Excel in my class right now, and I decided to do a little video to help do basic formatting. This is not going to make you a professional in Excel, but it's most likely going to show you that there's so many things you can do in Excel. Is incredible. It's a very powerful program that has been enhanced ever since it was created and then you know taken into the mainstream by Microsoft. Uh, this is something that I had pre-typed. These are random numbers and random names of a grocery, and I have the word Monday here. You'll see why right now. Here we have menu options, home, insert, draw, page layout, each one representing something that you can do in Excel, right? Uh, different things that you can do. Then we have the ribbon, which changes depending on, where you are. See, it changes. Um, and then of course you can always type things here or you can do it over here. There's so many things you can do that. Obviously in Excel you have a sheet now, and this has been for obviously forever. You can add as many sheets as you want. um, in another occasion I will show how to do things that will affect multiple sheets at the same time, but for now we'll concentrate on doing on one sheet. So the first thing I want to show you is how to move things a little bit around and inserts and things like that. Um, I have grocery, bakery, apparel, pharmacy, auto, school, and electronics, and I've decided to insert something here. Please notice that the mouse cursor changes depending on where you are. See, when I'm here, it puts a little arrow pointing down, pointing to the right. Here's like yeah, if you click here, you can type something. It has a little hand. If I do this, it'll be a little hand, or I can do the little plus thing. Each one does something different. Depending on where you are, the cursor changes. It's telling you, oh, now you can do this, or you're supposed to do that, what have you. For example, when it's this, if you click on the letter C, it highlights the whole column. Or if I do a number 4, does the whole row, not just a single cell or a single range, right? So I'm gonna click on Monday, and when you put the little hand, by the way, that means you can move things around. If I click on it and I go over here, see, I move the word Monday. Of course, I can move it back, or I can undo it with Control Z. And I'm using a Macintosh, so it's Command Z, but they do the same thing. Same, same people in Microsoft, same company, same program. What I'm gonna do now, you see how the mouse changes to the little black plus sign. I'm gonna click and I'm gonna drag it over. And as I'm doing that, notice how it's putting the names of the week under on the bottom, a little tooltip. If I let go, there they are. So it did an autofill. There is a way to do that, or you can just have Microsoft do it for you because it works perfectly. And these here on the top, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight them and I'm gonna merge and center. I'm just gonna type day of, don't know how to type, day of the week. Um, so on day of the week, I can go and change the font colors and this and that and what have you. Or I can go here and I can select something that's pre-made already. So I'm gonna do heading 1. See, it changes it automatically. I can still go and do this. See, I can change it. Days of the week, I want them centered. I want them bold. And I want them in red. I like red. There you are. Uh, the numbers. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to insert something here. So I'm going to click here and I can go to insert, or what I like is I love the right mouse click. So I'm going to right mouse click and insert. And it's going to insert an empty row. And I'm just going to put in photo. I'm going to leave it blank for now. So these guys here, I can go again into this, and I'm gonna do heading 3. I'm gonna change him to blue, and I'm gonna change the font to 10. See, I can do all these things. Calibri, there, I changed it. I'm going to highlight all this, and I'm gonna go format cells, and I'm right mouse clicking and going to format cells, and I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna go to black, by the way, and I'm gonna go thick, and I'm gonna get rid of the insides. So there's a black thing here. I'm gonna do the same over here. I'm gonna format cells. I'm gonna outline. I'm gonna get rid of the middle line, and it's black. And there it is. Now I'm gonna do that, and I think I selected the. Let me double check. Probably should have gone thicker on the outline. There we go. And finally, I'm gonna do the same over here. I'm gonna select the thick highlight, but here I'm gonna do the dotted line inside. So it's gonna look something like that. So far, so good. Now, these are random numbers. I'm gonna put in, I'm gonna click on this little dollar sign, which is the accounting number format. Basically, it's a currency format, right? And there it is. Notice that when I did that, obviously, because I'm putting a dollar sign on all these, some of the numbers don't fit. Now, I want you to see something. Uh, you see, remember I was telling you how the cursor changes? If I go here, you see how it puts how it changes from that arrow into that little vertical line with arrows to the sides. When it does that, I can manually resize it, right? Or I can double click, and when I double click, it automatically does the correct size, which is a cool trick for Microsoft Excel. Double clicking when it's in this position adjusts the column size, the column width. So let's do a little formulas for Microsoft Excel. The first thing I want to do is find out what is the total amount of money for the day. So I'm gonna put in the word total, and I'm gonna type the formula. Now, everything in Excel that has a formula starts with the equal sign. There's the equal sign, and I could do this plus this plus this plus this. You get the point. And notice that as I'm adding the cells, it's changing the color and it's changing it over here just to tell you what it is. This will work, by the way, but it's too lengthy. And imagine if you had 100 departments. It's not the right way of doing it. It will work, but it's not made for that. So instead, we're going to use the SUM formula, which sums, and I'm going to highlight my range, and everything between C3 and C10 will be added. There it is. And only because it's totals, I'm going to bold this, but there it is. Now, even though this is blank, this added. If I go here and I add 100, boom, it does it. See, it's okay. I can always do that. I can modify this to 22, 65, 12. It automatically. That's the cool thing about the formula. Let's say I want to know what is the department that makes the most, the highest. I'm just gonna call it that. Doesn't really matter. So here we're gonna use the formula max. So max, highlight my range, and there it is. 23, 42, 12 is the highest of all of them. See, they're all below that number. If I wanted to know the lowest number, I would do the formula min. Min does the smallest one of them all. Now, I want you to notice something. I'm going to go ahead and delete the 100. Even though it's blank, it still goes and checks for the number that is the smallest. It ignores blanks, okay? So that's one cool thing about the min. So if you don't have something in a specific department, it's not going to throw off the formula. It's going to work fine. If I wanted to know, now let's say I put in not applicable, not applicable. And I'm going to do that for these. I'm going to paste special, paste the values only. And I'm going to center them, by the way. So because I don't have any, photo did not work. It's just NA on all of them, okay? And I'm doing this for a reason. I want to show you two formulas. One is I'm not even gonna put a title on it. One is the count, Count is a special function in Excel that counts the numbers in there. So there's 7 according to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It ignores photo because it's not a number. This is count. Now let's say I wanted to know the count, including the text. Then I would do equals count A. If I do count A, now it's saying there's 8. Count by itself, it's only for numbers. Count A includes any text. So that's the difference between count and count A. So now let's do an average. The average is the amount of the total amounts of everything added divided by the number of items. So I'm going to do an average, and I'm going to highlight my range, and there is 1062. If I was to let's just do this very quickly here in Excel. I don't want to open up a calculator. I'm going to put 7435.09 divided by 7. I need to put the equal sign. I forgot. I just said you need to do that. Okay. So there's 1062.15571, which is this right here. Now, the reason why it's different is because here I'm putting the number as it is. Over here I'm formatting, it's rounding, okay? It's rounding because it's currency. So as you notice, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And dividing by 7 is giving me the average. It is ignoring the text, okay? It's ignoring the text, which is kind of good. So now let's assume I wanted to copy these over here. Again, I can do this. I can drag it over. It's going to copy the formulas. Remember, I can go here and make it fit. Or I can do this. I can do copy. And I can highlight this and click paste. Now it does the whole thing in one shot. Remember, you got to make Excel work for you, you know. So now here I got my totals. And because I want it to stand out, I'm going to go ahead and do that right there. So got my totals, I got my highest one, I got my lowest one, I got the numbers that were included, what numbers I have total, including the ones that have text, and I have my average sales by the day. And if I wanted the grand total, I'm going to make this right here, and I'm going to put in here equals SUM, and I'm going to do this. Total is 181. Now, I want you to notice something here. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to do equals SUM, but instead of adding these, I'm going to add these. And I'm going to close it. And guess what? It is the same number. Here, I'm adding all of these, all my totals by the day. Here, I'm adding everything. And they have to match, right? There's no reason why they wouldn't match. It is the same. These formulas that I have here, they could go over here as well. I can add the total for by the day of week for groceries, for bakery, for apparel, depending on the needs is what you do. Finally, let's say I'm going to use a formula here, and I want you to look at this. I'm going to do if. That's my if formula. It's looking for a logical test. And I'm going to say that if, oh, wait, before that, let's add this up. So remember, I have my formula here to add all these. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to paste formulas. So basically what I have here is the sale of each one of the departments, except for this one. Now I'm going to put in my if formula, equals if, and my logical test is if this is greater than, and I'm going to put in 8,000. That's my logical test. What happens? Well, I'm going to put in great. That's what I'm going to do. And what if the value is false? Need, okay, I'm just gonna put in okay. And that's it. See, it says great because this is more than 8,000. I'm gonna drag this down. And there you go. Those who have more than 8,000 are great, and the other ones are just okay. This one here, there's nothing. So it says okay because the default is nothing. So it thinks it's zero. And I can go here and center this, of course. Now it looks a little bit better. So that's how the if formulas, it does the if formula checks for a condition. In this case, is I'm asking, is this over 8,000? And let's say I wanted to change that from 8,000 to 10,000. I can do that. And now only this one and this one are over 10,000, right? I'm gonna drag the formula down. There we go. And now this one's also just okay. So that's how the if formula works. Um, Anyways, that's basic formatting in Excel. I hope this has helped. I'm going to be doing more videos in Excel, also Word and PowerPoint with tips mostly, like a lot of other websites out there. They're very good programmers and specialists out there that do a very great work. They probably have better tools than me to record these videos, but I hope this has helped. Next week, I'll be back with a little bit of programming. I'm working on a project and I'll put probably part of that project into this channel. Until next time, I hope you like this. Comment if you have anything to say, and click and subscribe. Thank you very much.